Your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Compass program, Oxygen FM 96.9 at Okeado, Ibadan. It's your boy once again, Royal Prince, and today's topic is an amazing topic. I cooked something for my listeners this afternoon. Parents, please call your child, call your children to come and sit down and listen so that they can learn, I spent a lot of time researching and getting this particular content down for you. This afternoon is going to be amazing. We are going to be talking about how you can avoid choosing the wrong career, and this is specifically for both parents. If you are already a graduate, you also need to listen to this, and also if you are just about entering the university, you need to listen to this so that you will not make the wrong choices. You see, I have tried as much as possible to interview professionals. I have tried my best to interview people that are doing well in their respective field, and one thing is common is that they started their career early. They know what they want to go for. They know what they want to do, and that has now helped them in terms of knowing what to do, in terms of taking courses, in terms of changing or transitioning or adding more skills to the skills that they have already. So parents, if you're a graduate, please pay attention, and then we are going to dive deep into today's topic. Welcome back, and I think I'm going to be starting with parents because I have come to understand that there are some common decision traps that parents make when it comes to the career of their children. And I will not want you to also make the same mistake if your child is still in secondary school, or your child is still in junior secondary school or senior secondary school. So please, parents, listen attentively. One of the common decision traps you need to avoid is that you have to ensure that you do not select a path solely to satisfy family expectations or prestige if it conflicts with your child's capabilities and interest. You see, some parents, once they give birth to their child, at that point of birth, people start calling them mommy lawyer, mommy doctor. A newborn baby, they've already given that child a profession even before the child grows up to decide exactly what he or she wants to become, either based on his strength, based on his capability, or based on his talent. Parents, avoid the societal pressure because of the fact that they have given your child title. Your child that is 2 years old is already being called a doctor. Does not mean that you have to now start pressuring the child right from 2 years. The child is growing. You can see that the things this child is doing has nothing to do with becoming a doctor. You kept on insisting that this child will become a doctor because you are thinking that how will you tell people that your child did not end up becoming a doctor? You are putting the expectation of the society and community above your child capability and talent. It is important that you do not allow the pressure of the society, you do not allow the names they are calling your child to influence the decision process that you are supposed to go through in terms of, first of all, looking at the child's capability, looking at the child talent. Every child has a potential. Our role as parents is to nurture the potential of our child. Our role as parents is to nurture the capability, is to bring out the hidden talent of our child. Parents, please listen. There is no child without potential. There is no child without a talent. It is just that it might take time to discover the talent, the capability, the potential of your child. And that is why it is your responsibility as a parent to give your child different resources, different platform, different exercise, different activities your child need to engage that will eventually bring out the hidden talent. I'll give myself as an example. While I was growing up, I was exposed to different things that was actually helping me to discover my hidden talent. One of the things my parents did earlier while I was growing up is that I was exposed to play musical instrument. Now, the psychological effect of me learning a musical instrument is one of the most serious strengths I now have right now that I am leveraging on. And that was because I was exposed to the fact that if I am going to be better, if I am going to sharpen and improve my skills in terms of learning a musical instrument, I must, number one, I must dedicate enough time in the part of learning. That has already registered that anything whatsoever I am going to do, that I am going to see result, I must dedicate a reasonable amount of time. I must dedicate enough time in terms of learning. And that has helped me to learn so many skills now that is now relevant for my field of work presently. So parent, it is your responsibility. Expose your child to so many things. That's why some parents expose their child to what? Learning some digital skills. Some parents get their child some resources. Some parents will hire personal trainer to train their child. Some parents, it is sport. They try as much as possible get a personal trainer for their child in terms of learning how to play chess, learning how to solve Rubik's Cube. Learning, in fact, comes when we talk about football. Some parents hire people to train their child in terms of football, in terms of race, any sport. Expose your child to it. Also, when it comes to some courses, when we talk about engineering, when we talk about computer science, it is much more easier for a child that is already exposed to the usage of computer while the child is growing up. So it simply means that what, as parents, help your child to discover his talent. Help your child to discover his or her potential. It is part of your responsibility. Don't just assume that the child will automatically figure it out. No, it is not automatic. You have to expose the child. When we look at so many singers today, whether gospel singers, whether hip-hop and all, you can notice that, you can trace that there is an iota of training or iota of exposure that they've been exposed to while growing up. Some of these musicians, we see that they will tell you that, oh, they've become a choir member right from when they were young, and that is the exposure. Some people, it is from while they were growing up, they had the exposure to do whatsoever they are doing. When we take, for example, now the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, if you trace it back, it was right from his childhood he has been exposed to computer. He knows how to code even at the age of 10. He started building games and all of those things simply because his father is an engineer. His father has the resources to get him a computer back then. So it simply means that what, he gives credit to his upbringing, that the fact that he was exposed to books, he read a lot of books while growing up. So parents, expose your child to things that are beneficial for his future. Whether it is books, let your child start reading books. If it's going to be computer, they can start learning how to code. They can start doing all of these things right from childhood. So it is not about the title they are calling you or the title they are calling your child. It is about your child's potential. It is about your child's strength. That is why as parents, you must understand all your children. Know their core strength. Know their weaknesses. If your child does not like anything calculation and all of those things, but he is what? He likes talking, he likes doing stuff like that. You should know that that child will perform better mostly as art class. Not that you now force it that because they are calling you mommy engineer, you want to force your child to study engineering. It is important that what you ensure that your child's capability and strength, tallies, correlate with what he wants to study. If your child, look at your child very well. Know what your child likes. Know what your child wants. This is one of the ways you can avoid the decision traps that comes from what? Societal pressure and what? Parents, you too, don't put your own expectation on your child. So because you want your child to become this and that, even though it does not correspond with what your child knows how to do, please parents, don't also put unnecessary pressure on your child. Don't let them become what you are thinking. Let them become what they are supposed to become. Let them become what really matters to them. You can look at what do they desire, what do they like doing, and all of those things, and then you can tailor their career path towards that. Don't just force your expectation. Don't force your expectation on your child. Don't force your expectation on your child. We are going to be right back quickly. All right, welcome back. If you want to call into the studio lines, you have one question or the other, you can call into 070-4700-3969, or you call into 070-4700-2969. Let me call it once again. 070-4700. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. You're already on the line. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Timitope Abdulaziz.
All right. What's your question? Hey, network. If you want to call us to 070-4700-3969. The network is breaking, is bad. Or you call us to 070-4700-2969. So parents, please follow me closely. The second decision traps you have to avoid. In fact, this one is even on for those who are already a graduate. There is something called the trend trap. The trend trap. And you have to avoid jumping into a field just because it is currently popular or trending on social media without verifying if your skills align with it. There is nothing bad transitioning from one career to another career, so far you have the necessary requirement, so far you have the necessary skills that will enable you to perform and function better in that career. Please follow me closely. However, when you don't have the required skills, when you don't have the necessary knowledge and what ability to perform in that new career, please avoid jumping into that field. And that is because of it is not just about going after a career that is paying well. It is about you delivering excellence in that particular career. I remember when I was on campus in my final year, I looked at the trend and I saw that currently what is getting people job is that you have to some level, you have to have a digital skill, or you have to have a skill that will allow you to work in different industry. And I made my own research and I saw that, there is a demand for people who are into front end. There is a demand for those who are developers, not just designers. We had a lot of designer at that point, and I saw that we do not really have a lot of developers. So I told myself in my final year that, if I start learning how to write code, I can leverage on that and start building a career, start building projects, start building so many things using that particular skill. After making my study, I started learning. I didn't just go into that particular career without the skill. The first thing I did first was that I made my own research. I looked at it. What are the necessary things I needed to learn? And I said that, okay, I need to learn JavaScript. And I looked at it. It will take me nothing less than 12 months at least to fully understand the basic, to fully know how to write JavaScript. And then what did I do? I started learning the first month, the second month, and I dedicated about 12 months to understand and to know how to write in JavaScript. And what will I tell you about that is that every place I find myself, that particular skill I learned them is always relevant. And that's because I found out that companies are now transitioning into ensuring that what they also secure a space in the digital world. Because of so many things are now happening online, no longer offline. Many people are they are spending a lot of money on digital marketing. Why? Because people only patronize your product when they are aware that you have a product. People will not buy from you if they don't know. So the first question every company are tackling is, first of all, awareness. Are people aware of this product? Because when they ask that, why are people not buying? The first question is, are people aware of that product? Now, a company that is not generating revenue, the first thing is that what are people even aware? Are people aware about your company? Do people know about what you do? And that's why I can make reference to the likes of Temu. When Temu was coming to Nigeria, you can see that they are following people all around the social media. Once you leave Instagram, you are going to enter Facebook. Once you leave Facebook, you will see them everywhere online. They avoid the traditional way of campaigning and they focused on the digital aspect, and they are seeing the result. So it simply means that what you have to also understand that, okay, this season we are, which career is trending? When you now want to transition into that particular career, you have to understand that what you must have the necessary skill. You must have the necessary skill. So parents, avoid the trend trap. Ensure you have the necessary skills that is needed in that new field you are going into. So what is now important now is that what you have to ensure that what you sharpen your skill and learn more about that industry. That's also one of the trap you must avoid as parents. If you want to call into the studio line, you can call into 070 47 00 3969, or you call 070 47 00 2969. So parents, after avoiding these traps, one of the things you must do is that what ensure you sharpen, you identify your child core strength and you start building on it. You have to identify and pinpoint exactly what is your child naturally, what is he or she naturally good at, so that once you identify this, you can tailor that career towards that particular strength. You can tailor the career into that particular strength. So you have to clarify. You must be able to say specifically, okay, this is what your child is good at. One of the things I love doing is I love speaking. I love talking. I can talk for 4 hours, for 5 hours, and I do leverage on this. I do teachings, I do seminars, because I have been able to identify that I have passion for speaking. I love speaking a lot. So because of that, I can build a career around that particular core strength of mine. So parents, you have the sole responsibility to identify the core strength. After identification, the next thing is tailoring. Tailor the child's career to actually bring out the best in the child. Tailor ensure that the values of that child is aligning towards the career path the child is doing. And I'm going to be saying this for the graduate. If you are a graduate, some people recently are sending me their CV. They say, oh, they are looking for job and all of those things. So they will send their CV if I see any opening anywhere. And then I don't look at the CV. I just ask them one simple question. What makes you stand out? That is just the simple question and I ask. And that is because I have come to the realization that most companies, they are looking for problem solver. They are no longer interested in a lot of English that is inside your CV. And that's because AI can help all of us brand and rebrand and package whatsoever that we want in a CV. But one thing AI cannot help us package is experience and proof of work. One of the things AI can never and will not help you package is your experience and proof of work. And this is one thing that will now separate you from others. So I ask this question as a graduate, what exactly can you do? And this is one of the things that really pains me the most. And people just say, they are not hiring. I submitted my CV. I wasn't employed. I did this. I did that and all. You have to understand that companies are not just hiring for hiring's sake. Companies are not just saying they are just happy. They just want to be paying people. No. Companies are looking for people that will enter the system, and as soon as they enter the system, they can provide solutions to the problems they are facing as a company. They are thinking, how do we solve XYZ? Our company is facing this and they are facing that. And they are looking for someone that will come on board and solve it. If you cannot solve their problem, they are not willing to hire you. So you have to understand that's what you must have proof of work. As a graduate, you must do what? Have proof of work. Regardless of any field you want to function in, regardless of any career path you want to go into, you must have experience. I see some people say that, okay, at least you are going to start from somewhere. If you are going to do internship, if you have the opportunity to intern at any place, don't just take it for intern. Don't just take it that, oh, I'm just here to intern and all of those. No, you have to put in your best and assume that you have been employed fully. And what you are going to do if you are employed fully, start doing it as intern. This is how you build proof of work. If you are currently serving, you are currently in your PPA, don't just spend your 1 year of service just to, oh, let me just do something. Let me go to somewhere I can ghost. Let me go to somewhere I'm just going to be going there by 8, by 12. I'm ready to know. That 1 year, you can use it to build a robust portfolio. You can use it to make impact that will be a stepping stone for the next job you are trying to apply for, which is one of the things myself and some of my friends were able to do during our service here. We were constantly adding value to ourselves. We were constantly doing things. I remember when I was trying to apply for where I'm currently working at now, one of the things I did was that it is proof of work that was on my CV. I avoided all this normal. It is I did XYZ and the result is XYZ. And I was able to prove it when I went for my interview. As we were asking me this question, they were asking about what have you done before. And one thing is that you cannot just instantly be thinking of what you have done before. What you have not done before, you cannot come up with words. They are going to know. Because once you have solved a problem before, you can explain and take the interviewer through a step-by-step process of how you were able to solve the problem. Someone who has never solved a problem before cannot give you a step-by-step guide on how to solve the problem. So it simply means that any opportunity you have, put in your best and have a proof of work. Document your proof of work because that is very important. You must be able to tell us how you were able to solve XYZ. You must be able to tell us how you were able to do this and this and this and that. And the result. People are concerned about the result. In fact, people are also concerned about the process, but it is the end result that matters. The things you are doing, this is what it yields to. There's increase here in terms of numbers, in terms of revenue. You're able to add so amount, 5 million. A company that is operating at 1 billion, when you join, they move to 5 billion. That is a proof of work. You were able to join them in a particular department. Are they seeing your impact in that department? And I ask myself that if I don't come to work today, will they know that, okay, this person is not at work? Or can they just easily give my work to someone else? If you are actually in a place of work and you see that they can actually give your work to someone else easily, and if you are not present at work, they are not going to notice, then you have to do better, or you change that environment. Maybe you are not meant to be there. And that's why anything where I get to a place, I ask myself, I looked around, I try to monitor who exactly, if that person is not presently at office, is something going to go badly, or they are going to beg this person to come back. Once I can identify that person, I ask myself, what is this person doing? How is this person doing it? How does this person approach problem and all of those things? And I start applying that same principle anywhere I get to. I remember when I was working, where I was working formerly, there's someone, the project manager. If that guy leaves the office, I can tell you categorically that we are not going to make serious progress that day. So I start asking myself, if companies say they want to lay off some people, am I among those set of people whose name will appear in that list? And my answer was yes. I started asking myself, okay, what can I do? I need to leave that category of people. So you have to ask yourself, you need proof of work. Wherever you are, regardless of how much they are paying you, you have to put in your best. You have to document everything you are doing, so that even at the end of the day, if you say that, okay, this and this and this and this and this and that, they can consider, oh, this person is hardworking. This is one of the ways you can easily transition, and you can plan your transitioning process well, because the principle is simple. You must be able to give in your best, regardless of which industry you find yourself, regardless of which part you find yourself. You must be able to put in your best. If you want to call to the studio line, 070-4700-3969. We are going to be going on a short break. Padà sí orí ètò wa The Compass, ètò atọ́nà. And orí ètò yìí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe mọ̀, lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ètò yìí ni a ti máa ń kọ́ yín, ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa, ẹ̀yin olùgbọ́ wa, nípasẹ̀ bí ẹ ṣe lè jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín di dókítà, ọmọ tó fẹ́ di lọ́yà, ọmọ tó fẹ́ di engineer, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe lè rìn láti secondary school, láti junior secondary school, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè tọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín. Ọmọ tó fẹ́ di dókítà, science class ló máa lọ. Èyí tó fẹ́ di lawyer, art class. Èyí tó fẹ́ di accountant, ó máa lọ commercial class. Gbogbo eléyìí la máa ń gbé wá fún yín ní ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. Àmọ́ nǹkan tí mo mú wá fún yín ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí, nǹkan tí ó ṣe pàtàkì, nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì. Mo dẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ lọ gan ní èdè òyìnbó. Ẹ̀yin tèmi tẹ́ fẹ́ gbọ́ mi ní Yorùbá, ó yá, mo ti mú wá fún yín báyìí. Ó yá, kẹ́ gbọ́ mi. Mo mú àwọn nǹkan tí ó yẹ kí ẹ má ṣe. And nǹkan àkọ́kọ́, ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Fún àwọn ọmọ yín, ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí ohun tí wọ́n ń pe àwọn ọmọ yín, orúkọ tí wọ́n fún ọmọ tí ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí, ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ pé orí nǹkan yẹn lẹ máa wá dá iṣẹ́ tí ọmọ yín fẹ́ ṣe lé lórí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òbí, nítorí pé bọ́n ṣe bímọ, àwọn èèyàn tí ń pè yín ní dádì dókítà, mọ́mì dókítà, láti ọmọ tí ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí, tí àwọn ará àdúgbò, àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yín ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń fún ọmọ náà ní iṣẹ́ tí ó máa ṣe ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la. Ọmọ tí ò tí ì dàgbà, ọmọ tí ò tí ì lè sọ wípé iṣẹ́ yìí gan ni mo fẹ́ ṣe ní pàtó. Irú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti fún ọmọ náà ní orúkọ. Ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ má ṣe sọ pé nítorí pé àwọn ará àdúgbò ti bá yín fún ọmọ yín ní dókítà, ẹ wá sọ pé dandan ọmọ yín gbọ́dọ̀ di dókítà. Rárá o, kò ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jókòó kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé kí ni ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti ṣe. Kí ni àwọn ìwà tí ọmọ yín ń wù? Eléyìí ló máa tọ́ka sí nǹkan tí ọmọ yín máa dà ní ọ̀la. Ọmọ tí ẹ rí pé ọmọ yìí ó fẹ́ràn láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ọmọ yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa tún nǹkan ṣe nílé. Ẹ rí pé tí ẹ̀rọ àwọn ẹ̀rọ nǹkan kéékèèké tẹ́ nílé tó bá ti bàjẹ́, ẹ rí pé ọmọ yín máa mú screwdriver, ó máa jókòó tì, ó máa tú, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa so àwọn wáyà yẹn pọ̀, ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa lẹ̀, ó máa rí pé rédíò tí ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ yìí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣiṣẹ́. Fóònù yín ní fọ́ọ̀tì, ọmọ yín ti bá yín tú, ó ti bá yín ṣe àwọn nǹkan díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ ti rí pé bí ọmọ yìí ṣe ń hùwà, àwọn nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe yìí ó ti ń fún yín ní ó ti ń tọ́ yín sọ́nà wípé ọmọ yìí lè di ẹnjìníà ní ọ̀la. Ẹ wá ní sọ pé nítorí pé àwọn ti sọ pé ọmọ yìí ò dókítà ni mọ́mí dókítà nítorí náà ẹ wá sọ pé tọmọ yìí bá dàgbà dókítà ló gbúdọ̀ dì ní dandan. Ẹ sì rí pé àwọn ìwà tí ọmọ yìí ń wù nílé, àwọn ìwà yìí ó ń súnmọ́ bí ẹnjìníà, ó ń súnmọ́ nǹkan báyìí. Ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí ohun tí àwọn ará àdúgbò ń sọ, ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí ohun yẹn ni yóò wá sọ nǹkan tí ọmọ yín ó dà ní ọ̀la. Rárá o, ẹ gbúdọ̀ mójútó àwọn ọmọ yín, kẹ́ ṣàkíyèsí àwọn nǹkan tí ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa ṣe nílé. Àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni ó máa tọ́ yín sọ́nà pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe ń wo ọmọ yìí, bí ẹ ṣe ń wo ìwàsí ẹ̀, bí ẹ ṣe ń wo nǹkan tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí, bí ẹ ṣe ń wo àwọn nǹkan yìí, bí ẹ ṣe ń wo, ẹ máa rí wípé ọmọ yìí ní tòótọ́ wọ́n ń pè ní dókítà, ó máa di dókítà lọ́la. Àmọ́ tẹ́ bá rí pé nǹkan tí àwọn ará àdúgbò ń pe ọmọ yín, nǹkan tí ọmọ yín ń ṣe kò jọ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ má ṣe sọ pé dandan nǹkan tí àwọn ará àdúgbò ń sọ òun lọmọ yín máa ṣe. Rárá o, ẹ̀yin òbí, bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ni ó ṣe rí. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú wípé ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí nǹkan tí ó fẹ́ ṣe. Kò kàn ń ṣe wípé àwọn ará àdúgbò ti ní pé ọmọ yín ṣe kíní kan. Irọ́ o, bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, ẹ fojú sí àwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ wò, kò sí ọmọ tí a bí èyí tí kò ní nǹkan tí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti ṣe. Gbogbo ọmọ ló ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ dì ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la. Ìdí rẹ̀ sì rè, ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú wípé ẹ fún àwọn ọmọ yín ní àwọn nǹkan tí yóò mú nǹkan tó fẹ́ dì lọ́la yóò mú jáde. Bí mo ṣe ń sọ lọ, ìwọ tó bá rí pé ọmọ rẹ o lè gba lesson teacher fún, tètè gbà fún. Ọmọ tó bá rí pé jẹ́ kí ọmọ yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń kọ́ àwọn nǹkan báyìí, jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọ́ àwọn iṣẹ́ orí kọ̀ǹpútà láti kékeré. Ọmọ yín, ẹ rí pé ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa tẹ kọ̀ǹpútà, ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa tẹ fóònù. Àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ẹ tètè fojú sí, ẹ tètè jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa kọ́ àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ kọ̀ǹpútà èyí tí ó ṣe kókó fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la wọn. Kọ́ má kàn jẹ́ pé wọ́n kàn play game nìkan ni. Irọ́, ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, nǹkan tí ò bá yé yín, ìtúrẹ́ náà la ṣe gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀, kẹ́ ẹ lè pè sórí ètò, ká lè ṣàyànyàn ẹ̀, ká lè tọ́ yín sọ́nà, ká lè jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ ohun tí ẹ lè ṣe kí ọjọ́ ọ̀la ọmọ yín tí ò fi dára. Ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, tẹ́ bá ti rí pé ọmọ yìí ó ti ń ṣe pé ó ti ń ta fèlèfèlè ní ìdí ẹ̀rọ kọ̀ǹpútà, ọmọ yín ní pé òun nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí iṣẹ́ tailoring, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí iṣẹ́ fashion, ẹ tètè jẹ́ kí ẹ gba ẹni tí yóò máa kọ́ ọmọ yín. Àwọn nǹkan yìí ni yóò máa wá fún ọmọ yín ní òye nǹkan tí ó fẹ́ dì lọ́la. So ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí nǹkan tí àwọn ará àdúgbò ń sọ, ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ pé orí ẹ̀ ní ẹ wá sọ pé nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni yóò jẹ́ kí ẹ sọ iṣẹ́ tí ọmọ yín yóò ṣe ní ọ̀la. Fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti kàwé yunifásítì tán, ẹ dẹ̀ ń wò pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ṣe lé, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ṣe ìyẹn, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe lé, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe lé. Àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí tí mo fẹ́ sọ nísìn ó ṣe kókó. Jọ̀wọ́ rí dájú wípé o ṣe iṣẹ́ tí ò ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí, rí pé o ṣe dáadáa. Sì mọ̀ wípé nǹkan tí ò ń ṣe yìí o gbúdọ̀ lè sọ bí o ṣe ń ṣe. Torí wípé ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé nìsín, nǹkan tán fẹ́ mọ̀ ni wípé ṣé ẹni tí a fẹ́ gbà yìí, ṣé ẹni náà mọ iṣẹ́ tí ó ń ṣe dunjúdunjú. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ gba ẹni tí ó kàn mọ iṣẹ́ ní òféèrè. Wọ́n nílò ẹni tí ó lè sọ bí yóò ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí. Torí gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló ní ìdojúkọ. Wọ́n sì nílò ẹni tí yóò wọlé tí ó sì mú ìdáhùn wá sí gbogbo ìdojúkọ èyí tí wọ́n ní. So rí dájú wípé ẹni iṣẹ́ tí o bá ń ṣe, o ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára rẹ. Má ṣe ṣọ̀lẹ ní ẹnu iṣẹ́ rẹ. Mo máa ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn tí mo bá láǹfààní láti bá sọ̀rọ̀ wípé iṣẹ́kíṣẹ́ tó bá wù kó ń ṣe, rí dájú wípé o ṣe tọkàntọkàn, rí pé o dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tí ò ń ṣe. Tó bá rí wípé o ní ìmọ̀ tí ó tọ́ fún nǹkan tó ń ṣe, tètè lọ online, tètè lọ wá ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀. Tó bá yẹ pé ó yẹ kó o lọ fún kọ́ọ̀sì kan ni tètè lọ fún. Tó bá yẹ kó o ṣe àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí tètè lọ kọ́. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó o kọ́ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tètè lọ kọ́. Kó dẹ̀ rí dájú wípé o mọ iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún dunjú. Má kàn ṣe jókòó tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀. Irọ́ má jókòó tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀. Rí dájú wípé o ṣe iṣẹ́ rẹ dunjú. Ẹ̀yin òbí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo tún ti padà wá dé orí àwọn òbí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ rí dájú wípé àsìkò holiday tí àwọn ọmọ yìí wà, ẹ rí dájú wípé ẹ wá tálẹ́ǹtì wọn. Ẹ má kò sọ́mọ tí ò ní tálẹ́ǹtì. Ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ̀yin ni ọwọ́ yín ló wà, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀yin ni ẹ máa rí dájú wípé lásìkò holiday yìí ọmọ tó yẹ kó kàwé ó ń ka ìwé rẹ̀, èyí tó yẹ kó kọ́ iṣẹ́ orí kọ̀ǹpútà ni ẹ rí dájú wípé ẹ wá kọ̀ǹpútà fún, ẹ rí wípé ó ń kọ́ iṣẹ́ orí kọ̀ǹpútà. Ó dẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan tí ẹ lè ṣe lásìkò holiday ẹ̀yin òbí. Smart Edu Hub ló mú wá fún wa pé lásìkò holiday ẹ̀yin òbí kí àwọn ọmọ yín kàn máa ṣeré kiri, kí àwọn ọmọ yín kàn máa gbá bọ́ọ̀lù kiri. Ẹ̀yin òbí, Smart Edu Hub àti Accessible Publisher Limited wọ́n gbé ìdíje kan kalẹ̀. Ìdíje yìí sì wà fún àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní GSS 1, GSS 2 àti GSS 3. Wọ́n ò ṣe ìdánwò ráńpẹ́. Ìdánwò yìí wọ́n dáhùn ìbéèrè lórí mathematics, English àti basic science. Àwọn wọn sì béèrè ìbéèrè 50 lọ́wọ́ wọn ni. Ọmọ tó bá ṣe ipò kìíní yóò gba mílíọ̀nù kan náírà, 1 million naira. Ọmọ tó bá ṣe ipò kejì yóò gba 500,000. Ọmọ tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe ipò kẹta yóò gba 250,000 naira. Ẹ sì máa wo orí fóònù yín náà ni wọ́n ti ṣe ìdánwò yìí. Orí fóònù yín náà ni online náà ń gbogbo ẹ̀. Kò ní ìdí pé wọ́n wá síbì kan àbọ̀ ń lọ síbì kan. Irọ́ orí fóònù yín náà ni wọ́n ti ṣe. Tó bá fẹ́ register kàn lọ sórí www.smarteduhub.ng www.smarteduhub.ng. Orí platform wa yìí náà ni a ti ṣe àwọn ìdánwò náà o. On the 31st of August ni ìdánwò náà yóò wáyé. Registration yóò sì close ní 24th of August next week nìyẹn o. So kò ń ṣe nǹkan tí ẹ kàn máa dúró lé lórí. Ọ̀fẹ́ sì ni registration. Ọ̀fẹ́ ni registration. Ẹ ní san owó kankan ẹ̀yin òbí. Ọmọ tí ò ṣe ipò kìíní, tí ò ṣe ipò kejì, tí ò ṣe ipò kẹta, a mú top 50 students. A mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ ni yóò ṣe first, second, third. Ọmọ tó bá wà lára àwọn ọmọ 50 tá a fẹ́ mú yìí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà lára àwọn ọmọ 50 àkọ́kọ́, a fún wọn ní 10,000 ni wọ́n gbà. 10,000 ni wọ́n gbà. So kò ń ṣe pé Ìbàdàn nìkan. Tọ́mọ ẹ bá wà ní Àkúrẹ́, tọ́mọ ẹ bá wà lóńdó, tọ́mọ ẹ bá ṣà wà Nàìjíríà, jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ sórí www.smarteduhub.ng láti lọ register fún ìdíje yìí. For those listening to me in English, what I'm trying to tell you is that Smart Edu Hub and Accessible Publisher Limited have put together accessible summer competition so that during this holiday, your child will not just be playing all around the streets, the community. Allow your child to participate in an educative competition, and it is only for GSS 1, GSS 2, and GSS 3 students. So if you have any child in GSS 1 to GSS 3, let them participate. And the competition, the first position is taking 1 million naira, the second position is taking 500,000 naira, the third position is taking 250,000 naira, and we're also going to be picking the top 50 students. They are collecting 10,000 naira each. And the beautiful thing is that registration is free. To register your child, go straight to www.smarteduhub.ng. Registration is closing on the 24th of August. Thank you very much. We see again next week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the program The Compass. Have a nice day. Bye.